Wait, I'm not ready. Oh, wait, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, guys, we are back. Seems like forever since we've seen you, or well, you've seen us, because we can't see you. It's kind of weird, because we're technically talking to a screen, but we're talking to you. It's weird. But anyway, we are talking NXT today. We were gonna do this, yesterday, but somebody's internet decided to not work, that guy over there.
Did Justin come in?
And then we were going to do the TNA review, but we're not going to do that till like the day after the next TNA. It's going to be, where our schedule is kind of, I know a while back we said we were going to get on a better schedule. We haven't done that yet. Let's be honest. That's probably never going to happen. We're just going to put out videos whenever we, can. So, but anyway, at least some people watch. So we to get into this NXT review because it was a pretty good show, I thought. We've seen better, but we've seen worse. So it wasn't the best in the world tonight because get it, you get it, yeah. So yeah, it wasn't the best show in the world, but it was really good. We opened up with a really awesome that Dusty Rhodes Memorial video they showed again. I was surprised they showed it again. Usually with WWE, if somebody passes, they'll show the memorial on like Raw and maybe SmackDown. Usually they don't do anything longer than the end of the week. So I was surprised that they did it on NXT as well. But then again, Dusty Rhodes was a big part of NXT, helping develop the younger guys. So, it was cool that they did that. Anyway, so we open up with Enzo, Big Cass, and Carmella versus Blake Murphy and Alexa Bliss. I wasn't as amused with Enzo and Cass and Carmella's pre-match promo. It was kind of just the same as last week. There wasn't really anything new in it. They kind of said the same thing. Any thoughts on that before we get into the match? Did you like it at all, or was it? I was surprised because usually they come out with something unique every week, and I was like, really? They're just gonna do the same thing over again? Come on now.
It was about the same.
Yeah. So, match opened up with a "You look stupid" chant directed toward Wesley Blake with his braided pigtails. Whoever told him that was a good idea just needs to be slapped. It's just no. This was. I felt like this was a fun match to watch. With a pretty good showing from Enzo, surprisingly. They usually have Enzo get like destroyed, and then Cass comes in and just cleans house. But Enzo actually got a pretty good showing in this match. I was happy. Kind of broke down for a bit there with Enzo, Cass, and Carmella tossing Blake Murphy and Alexa Bliss out of the ring. Finally, Alexa Bliss was tagged into the match, forcing Carmella to come in because it was a mixed tag. So guys have to wrestle guys, girls have to wrestle girls. I have no idea really what happened after this point. I couldn't handle all the hot in the ring at that time, with Carmella and Alexa Bliss. It was sexy overload. I couldn't handle it, so I really don't know what happened. But Enzo, Cass, and Carmella ended up winning. I was kind of a little bit surprised that they ended up winning. I thought that, Blake Murphy and Alexa Bliss would win, get that heel heat up. I was kind of surprised that Enzo and Cass and Carmella got the win tonight, especially if they're going to build this up to whenever the next takeover is.
July 4th.
I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. I did. I don't know. So yeah, I was just kind of surprised that they got the win. I was happy, but it just kind of took me off guard a little bit. What do you think of this match?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't a bad match. I thought it was actually pretty good. I like that Enzo got some time to actually do some things instead of get beat down for the duration of the time that he is in the ring. I was glad to see some good things from him. When Carmella got tagged in, she looked a little shocked. I don't know if you caught that, but like she got tagged in, she was like, and then she came in. I was like, did you know you were getting tagged in right there? Or you a little confused? What's going on? She looked a little shocked. I felt like personally, but yeah, Cass, basically dominated as usual. When he comes in, I just like when he comes in. It just gets me fired up. It's one of those hot tags where you're like, yeah, beat him up, yeah. So I like that, and won by the aided splash. So always a fun way to win. So yeah, and I was a little surprised that they won too. I was happy that they won, Cass, Enzo, and Carmelo, but I was definitely a little bit surprised just because, you would expect the heels to win going into, the especially because they're probably not going to face off, face like straight up for until July 4th. So I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah. So next, they showed highlights of Cena versus Owens at Money in the Bank. Nothing really to say about this, I didn't think. I did read. I was going on my break at work. I was going through my Facebook feed, and I saw a post that said something about Cena and Owens might not happen at the next pay-per-view. I didn't read into it too much, so I'm wondering what's going on with that. Hopefully it does, because it's weird because I usually hate Cena, but I actually have been liking watching these matches because Kevin Owens is in them, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit much going on with Owens. He has a feud with Cena on the main roster. He has the feud with Samoa Joe in NXT. He also still technically has a feud going on with Sami Zayn. So there's just so much going on. I feel like maybe they are going to step away from the Cena feud. It would make sense a little bit, just because I feel like people want to see Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe more than they want to see Kevin Owens and John Cena, even though everyone wants to see John Cena get his ass kicked. Just saying. But I'm kind of curious about that now. But I guess we'll see when it happens. Any thoughts on this highlight video?
Yeah, I mean it just restated the obvious. More interested in what you said with the Kevin Owens and John Cena not facing at the next pay-per-view. That's very interesting. Just because we've seen it, back to back, and you're used to seeing, well, one person wins, the other person wins, and then we get the what do they call it? The
tiebreaker.
Yeah. Oh, it was another word I was looking for, but but I don't know. I'm interested to see if they don't do that. Then what are they going to do with Cena? Because he's the U.S. champion. So what do they do with Cena then? So or Owens, vice versa there. Maybe we get a Samoa Joe sighting at Money in the Bank, or Sami Zayn sighting. That'd be nice.
We just had Money in the Bank. What are you talking about?
Not Money in the Bank. Whatever the next one is. Battle Bank. Battleground. Dang it. Battlemania. Whatever.
One of the pay-per-views. I don't know what it is, but it's one of them. King of the Ring, something like that. I don't know.
Battleback. That's what it is. Battleback.
So next we get Samoa Joe interviewed in the back. I was really happy when I saw this. It was still so weird seeing Samoa Joe in WWE. I don't know how long it's going to take me to kind of set in. Again, just because he was one of those guys that I never thought would actually go to WWE. He was too much of a, TNA, Ring of Honor type guy too. But then again, I thought about that the same with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn before they came to WWE. But so Devin Taylor says that Joe has a match tonight against Kevin Owens and asks if Owens is the reason that Joe came to NXT. Joe says that that is a complex question. He says he's always prided himself on competing in places that were on the cutting edge, places that were set to take over, places that were on fire and on top of the world. When he put those criteria together, it perfectly described NXT. As for Kevin Owens, Joe just doesn't like him. Joe is the type of man who likes to, or Owens is the type of man who likes to make statements through intimidation. He likes to show his opponents what he could do to them if they were to face him in the ring. Joe says intimidation is a tactic of the weak. Intimidation is a tactic of the cowardly. Intimidation is a tactic of a man who doesn't want to fight. Joe says that tonight he will make his own statement. He will walk into the ring and beat down Kevin Owens unmercifully. I just really like this interview. It was, you know, if you know Samoa Joe, either in TNA or Ring of Honor, this was basically the, you know, typical Samoa Joe interview. You know, straight to the point. You know, he's not gonna dance around the point. You know, he's gonna get down to business. And I like that. I like that he said, you know, he's gonna go to the ring. He's gonna beat Kevin Owens unmercifully. What did you think of this interview?
Yeah, I like it. It had that intense Samoa Joe style that we've gotten used to over the course of the years throughout his career. So I definitely liked it. I don't know if you caught the awkward camera hold at the end, where where like it was just really weird. Like Joe wasn't looking at the camera, but the camera was like right on his face. I don't know if you caught that, but like the camera was like right on his face. He's like looking down, like well, this is over, you know. And I don't know why that was like that. I just thought it was really weird.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, you can cut off now. It's done. He's done. He's not gonna say anything else. But yeah, I liked it. It was pretty good. So next we get a closer look at Finn Balor. I was excited about this. It was a really cool video, really cool opening to it. This was, you know, it basically showed him kind of talking about his life growing up. It also featured Becky Lynch talking about him. You know, it was just a really awesome, you know, and it made what made it better for me is that it was only part 2. So next week we'll get it was only part 1. So next week we'll get part 2. But it's the kind of stuff that I like to see. You know, it showed a little bit of his indie run, you know, back in Ireland where he started, how he helped start a wrestling school in Ireland, one of the first wrestling schools in Ireland at the time. He helped Becky Lynch get into the business, helped train her, things like that, which is kind of cool. That was kind of cool to me to know that, you know, they kind of got to WWE pretty much around the same time, and he helped train her. So that was kind of a cool thing, I thought. But, you know, it just kind of, I like stuff like this where you get to see, you know, kind of how they grew up, you know, the real side of them, you know. He mentioned his real name, Virgil Devitt, which was kind of cool. You know, guys, especially in WWE, never really, you know, you never really get to see the real them. You know, Triple H never refers to himself as Paul Levesque unless it's like a CNN interview or something like that. You know, these guys don't really, you know, The Rock doesn't really call himself Dwayne unless he's like in a movie and it's, you know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So that was kind of cool that you kind of got to see a little bit more personal side of him. And Becky Lynch actually got really emotional, which was kind of cool too. What did you think of this closer look at Finn Balor?
Yeah, I like this. It felt very, you could say, you know, documentary-esque, which was cool. For just like a simple video package, it felt like it was like a documentary. Like it felt like I could watch this for an hour. I definitely like this. I like that. The starting point of the video package like went with his character too. Like kind of showed where he is now a little bit with his character, with the way his entrance is set up, stuff like that. Um, you know, I like they did show his actual name. They talked about his actual name and stuff like that. Kind of when he was in Ireland, England, etc. Um, or etc. I love. I don't know if you caught this, but I love the Insane Championship Wrestling footage. Because I don't know if you got a chance to watch that Grado documentary, but that's where Grado started too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting to see as well. Kind of seeing that WWE kind of acknowledged that there's other wrestling companies besides WWE was cool too. Seeing him and his early times in training with Becky Lynch, of training of Becky Lynch. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool that he trained her to kind of be who she is at this point now too. So definitely cool. I'm excited for part 2. You know what? Just make this into a documentary, put it on the WWE Network for only an undisclosed price. Just put it on there. We never know. Just put it on there. I'll watch it.
It's $9.99.
Oh, I thought it was a secret. Was it not a secret?
It is a secret. Keep it down. Don't tell anybody.
We got it.
No, but I think they should put a section on the WWE Network and do like documentary type stuff like this. Showing us how these guys came up in the business and stuff like that. That would be cool. That would be kind of stuff that I would like to see. If WWE happens to watch this and you really listen to your fans, this is what we want. This is what I want anyway, and I'm sure a bunch of other people want. But anyway, so I'm excited for part 2. I'm pumped. But so next, I'm gonna give you this match because I didn't really write much about it. I seem to do that. I give you matches that I don't write much about. But we get Charlotte versus a new girl in NXT. I guess her name is Cassie. Over to you.
All right. So we got, like you said, Charlotte. The figure. Whatever her nickname is. Genetically superior.
I think that's
yeah. I was gonna say that. No. But we got Charlotte, the one genetically superior one, versus Cassie, who is the new one. So that was kind of cool. That's kind of the way I say it. Charlotte kind of overpowered Cassie here early on. But Cassie, she gets her moves in. She gets some time to do her thing. And then Charlotte kind of gives her credit. And then she kind of goes for like the handshake and fakes her out. Woo! She did all of that. Cassie gets back in control, but it's pretty short lived. We get a big spear by Charlotte, and I think it was the way that Cassie bent that kind of made it look like she made it look a little bigger than it was. And then we get the figure 8 for the win by Charlotte. So I thought this match was pretty good. I was glad that Cassie kind of got some chances to get some moves in, and it wasn't like she got like some random roll-ups in or anything like that. She actually had a pretty impressive showing to me personally. I want to see more of her. For some reason this match, it felt like Charlotte, and I don't know if Charlotte's been like this all the time, and I just happened to notice that this match, she seemed to really be acting like her dad in this match, like really like with the whole, the fake out and stuff like that. I just really, for some reason, really noticed it tonight. I don't know why. But Casey, got any thoughts on Charlotte versus Cassie?
I don't know. It was a good match, but and it, I don't want to say I don't like all these new people, but I just wasn't really impressed with her. And it could have been just because it was her first match. She's still really green, as they say. But it kind of seemed like Charlotte was going a little easy on her, maybe trying to make her look better in the ring. But I felt like it wasn't working too well. That was kind of the point where, Charlotte started to just be Charlotte. But I like that Cassie did get some moves in there. Hopefully we'll see more of her. Hopefully she'll kind of develop more of a character. Develop more moves and things like that. Because I do want to see new people. It's just and I think it's with everybody. Their first match is kind of not as impressive just because it's usually against a more established person. So the more established person obviously has to look good in the ring because all their fans are there and everything. So I'm just excited for just the women's division in NXT in general. Obviously they have to get more people in because Sasha Banks eventually is going to be going up to the main roster. I'm sure Charlotte will eventually be going up to the main roster. And they have to replenish, the NXT roster as well. So obviously we're going to have new people coming in. So it was a good match though. I just want to see her, develop a little bit more. 'Cause I felt like she could be really good in the ring. There wasn't anything that looked really botched or anything, or sloppy. It just looked, new. You know what I mean, like a rookie. But I'm excited for more women in NXT in general. And next, the most painful segment for me. Devin Taylor interviewed Dana Brooke. Blah, blah, blah.
What happened? What happened to the excitement?
The excitement was there, and then Dana Brooke walked in the room. I'm sorry, I just don't like her. I don't even know exactly all that it is. Her in general, I don't know. She just doesn't, do it for me. I think it's part of it is because she is kind of there. I like people, and if you've been watching our reviews, you know that I like people who are there. I don't like people who, is going to be gone for the Arnold Classic for however long and is also a bodybuilder or is also an MMA fighter. If you're going to be in... Yes?
What? I got a comment. What about Tyler Breeze? he went on that modeling spree.
It's different. He's a model. He's Prince Pretty. Okay? He can do these things. All right? There's differences, okay? No, but that was in his character. That wasn't just I don't know. I feel like WWE, I like that they're trying to get more eyes, and I don't even know why they do it in a way because that would take away from their views on their show if they try to get more. Oh, let's go watch MMA. Or go watch these bodybuilding shows or whatever, because that's going to take people away from your show. So I don't know why you do that. But I just I like guys that are there, and women as well. I want them to be there every week. I don't want to where's so and so? Oh, they're off doing this or doing that. I mean, obviously you need free time as well. You need time off. That's fine. But I don't know. And I'm just waiting for Devin Taylor to just take her out next time she pats her on the head. I'm waiting for it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I swear. Any thoughts on this?
I don't know. Basically, she let us know she was multi-talented, and she's the... I almost laughed out loud, literally, when she said she was the total diva. I was like, no, never use that term, ever. It just puts me back to that reality show that I love. Don't get me wrong. I love the reality show. But, oh, man, and then it takes me to the reality show, which takes me to the main roster, which takes me to the terrible product that we have on the main roster for the females. So, don't do that. Please, Dana. Don't call yourself that ever again. You can call yourself genetically superior. You can call yourself, the greatest of all time. I don't care. Do not say total diva ever again. Please, can't But anyway, I thought it was okay. She's multi-talented. She's trying to let Casey know, I do more than just wrestle, brah. That's what she was saying, basically.
But that second W stands for wrestling. I'm just saying. It doesn't stand for bodybuilding. It doesn't stand for MMA. It stands for wrestling. And the last one is entertainment, which kind of killed it for me a couple of years, back in, 2001, because I missed the F, Federation made it seem cool. Anyway, we're not talking. That's
what the F stands for?
What?
That's what the F stands for? Federation? Oh, darn. Been saying it wrong all my life.
Anyway, so we get another pretty cool Finn Balor promo for NXT in Tokyo on July 4th. I like this, but I find this could be a little bit confusing because it says Finn Balor arrived, which kind of seems like a debut promo. Like, that's what you usually see when somebody's debuting, and he's already debuted a long time ago, and he's not debuting in Japan because he's already been in Japan many times. He trained in the New Japan dojo, so it just kind of was a little bit confusing to me, and I thought it could be confusing to other people. I don't know if you thought the same or if you just thought it was a cool promo. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I don't know, but what did you think?
You know what it was? He's traveling right now, so it's gonna take him until July 4th to get there. So that's when he's gonna actually get there, is on July 4th. So that's when he's gonna arrive in Japan. That's what it is. They're kind of making a play on words here. He's never coming back to NXT until July 4th. So, spoiler alert. I was just kidding. No, I did like this though. I did. I was a fan of this. I think they showed it last week too, but I like it. Once again, it goes with his character and things. Yes.
You just said he's traveling there now, and he's going to arrive on July 4th. It's going to take him a week and a half to get to Japan?
Yes.
To get a better airline. Like, that's ridiculous.
He's got to make some stops. He got to, visit his family. Got to grab something to eat every once in a while. It's a long trip. Week and a half, it's a long time. So, he's got to get him some food in there. The airplane food can only last for so long.
Oh, maybe he's taking a boat. Maybe he's rowing over there in a rowboat. So it's going to take it. That'll probably take way longer than a week and a half. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just excited for Tokyo. Hopefully it's a good show, and hopefully it doesn't turn into what Bound for Glory was. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people hated it. Hopefully WWE doesn't do that. Hopefully it's a good show. But anyway, and I don't remember WWE ever actually doing a, televised show from Japan. I know they've done shows in Japan. Obviously they do, tours around the world. But I don't remember them ever actually doing a taped show in Japan, whether it was a pay-per-view or Raw, SmackDown, whatever. So that's going to be kind of cool. So next, we get Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe. This is the match we've been waiting for. I'm going to give you this one first because I'm curious to see your reactions to this big match that we've all been waiting for.
All right, so we got Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe. I mean Samoa Joe. Sorry,
Samoa Joe.
All right. Owens gets out of the ring, typical. But Joe gets out right after him. He's not having that. We get that face off. That basically ended up being the thumbnail for the WWE Network. Good work, NXT. Owens is trying to play his mind games, but he's met with some fists. A couple of them, a lot of them, of fury. They were furious fists. Joe, actually, Joe starts to dominate here, and I was like, all right, Joe, I see you, bro. Because we haven't seen Kevin Owens just get dominated, um, very much in NXT, but he actually had him kind of running a little bit, kind of on his heels a little bit. Well, he's kind of on his butt because he was getting beat up. But anyway, Owens coming back on Joe, but not really letting Joe get going a little bit towards the midpoint of this match. Um, Owens starts to talk a little bit, and Joe doesn't play that. He don't play that. So Joe comes back after that. Joe is not gonna let this power bomb get to him. So Owens is like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the apron power bomb. It puts people out. It puts him out. He was about to say, see ya, Samoa Joe. So he goes for the apron power bomb, but Joe's not letting that come his way. So Joe gets out of it. And then the referee is trying to get him back in the ring, and he is caught between a sandwich that I don't think any of us ever want to be caught in between, because that's a big sandwich. I think what could be worse is maybe Mark Henry, but that's a sandwich there. He got caught between the sandwich, and he was the meat of that thing. So he basically just throws the match out because it's getting out of control. And then we get some post-match things. But I want to hear Casey's thoughts on the match first.
Well, I like that, right out of the gate, Samoa Joe, he gets out of the ring with Kevin Owens. He's not going to let Kevin Owens play those games. You don't play games like that with Samoa Joe. I honestly don't even know really what to say about this match, because it was one of those matches we've always been waiting for in WWE, and we never thought we would see. I feel like they could have just stood there and did a face-off for 20 minutes, and it would have been just as epic. But the fact that they actually had a pretty good match made it like 100 times better. I love that, Joe was basically making Kevin Owens look like a punk for the beginning there. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen anybody be able to really make him look like a punk like that. We've had, Sami Zayn had a little bit of good offense in a couple of the matches, but he eventually was, destroyed basically. But finally, maybe we found somebody who can match Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens can't bully, and isn't going to back down. I like that this kind of ended in a disqualification. I don't think either one of them winning this match would have worked well. I didn't necessarily want to see Kevin Owens win over Samoa Joe. I didn't want to see Joe win over Kevin. I wanted to build up to obviously to Tokyo, and then maybe we'll get a surprise return from Sami Zayn. Then we'll get a big Ring of Honor mix-up thing. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna just cry happiness. Sorry, that got weird. I'm sorry. But I'm excited. I can't wait till next week, and then the week after that, and then is it July 4th yet?
It's not yet, not quite. But we had some after the match things. Joe kind of going with the ground and pound. This is after the match is thrown out, so they're just going at it. Joe getting the ground and pound on Owens on the ramp. Owens gets up and he starts to throw the hands, because you can't beat up Kevin Owens but for so long. You can bust a man's nose, but you can't beat him down. CJ Parker knows. And then Joe, Owens kind of retreats a little bit, kind of gets back to the ring. But then Joe breaks out of the security and runs back to the ring. Security tries to break it up again. And Owens does not care. He strikes security because Owens, he's the NXT champion. He can do what he wants. What are they gonna do? Suspend him? He's the champion, man. Come on. He hits the security and walks away. This is my house, I think he said. He may have said that in the match, but he did say that. I know he said it. I heard it with my ears. One of them. Anyway, any thoughts on the post-match shenanigans?
You are correct, sir. He did say this is my house at one point in the match. Don't remember when, but it happened. I heard it with both of my ears, actually. not just one. I use both. I don't know about you. I don't know what you're doing with the other ear, but you know, um, it just got me more excited for next week. What's gonna happen? Are they gonna fight again? Is it gonna break down? Are they gonna burn the building down? I hope not. That's a really nice, place. Especially the Performance Center, NXT Arena. Don't burn it down. Don't do that. But maybe we'll see them fight in the crowd. Maybe we'll see them fight in the backstage area. Maybe we'll see them fight in just everywhere. I don't know. I'm just really excited for this feud. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're done.
Well, I wasn't sure if you had anything else to say about that. I was kind of letting you
No,
go.
yeah,
But
I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, at all. Because it could get really hectic, which would be cool. I would like it. Please don't burn the building down. It's a university. They'll probably sue you for all your worth, WWE. So don't do it, please, please, please don't do it. But yeah, I definitely I want to see where this feud goes from here. And plus we got Finn Balor and Kevin Owens feuding too. So it's like where is that going to go from here too? We haven't seen Finn in I think a week or so. We didn't see him this week. Not physically, we saw him via video package, but we didn't see him in the ring or anything.
I don't know about you, but I saw him. I saw him clear as day, multiple times.
You didn't see him in the well, I guess technically you did see him in a ring. Anyway, end the show. Bye. See you. Talk to the people and tell them to do things that they should do. And
He just mad because we all saw him. We all saw Finn Balor. We saw him in multiple rings. We saw him in Ireland. We saw him in the NXT arena. We saw him everywhere. But anyway, that's pretty much our review of this week's lovely NXT programming. We're excited for next week. We're excited for July 4th. We're excited for 2017. Okay, maybe we'll slow down. Not We'll wait till that comes. Got to go through 2016, which is going to be awesome, and then we got to go to get to 20. But this is 2015, and we're gonna wait here right now. But we're excited. So hopefully tomorrow we get the TNA review out, which was also a pretty good show. I thought, I'm excited about it. And then possibly if they upload it on Watch Wrestling. We'll do the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, but unfortunately that's not $9.99, and we're both poor. So, watching that's going to be a little bit harder. I might swing for it. I think it's, what is it, like 20 some or 14 or I don't even know what it is on the website. It's not like a WWE pay-per-view where it's like $40. But depends. So we might do that review. I'm not gonna say we're gonna do a Ring of Honor show review because we've been saying that for a while. We'll figure that out when we do. But I think that's it. Unless there's something I'm forgetting that we're doing a video on. I don't know. We do random videos at random times. We did the top 10 video the other day that was kind of out of the blue. But I think we're going to try to do more videos like that, just random videos between reviews to, get more content out for you guys, because that's what we want to see. That's what you want to see. We love you, man. We love you. We love you. But anyway, we can hug when we all meet one day. Maybe, I don't know. If we ever meet like at a wrestling show and you come up to us and we're like, "Hey man, you're the guys from the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast," and we're gonna be like, "What up? What up? What it do? What it do?" We're not that cool, honestly. We're really not. I don't know. He thinks he is, but So that's a review. We're gonna end it now because we're just gonna ramble on about random stuff and unless you want to watch that. I mean, we can do a video where we just ramble. We could do that. Probably won't, but we could. So in the comments, if you want to see that, you just put that in the comments. The two people that are probably watching this right now, LB Clash of Kings, you're always watching because you love us, and I think you're stalking us. I think I saw you outside my window earlier. And Justin might be watching this. I definitely saw him outside my window. It was weird. It's just, I don't know, man. You need a hobby. Anyway, let's end the video now. We're done. Goodbye. Toodles.